Getting ready to load the bus again. Yeah. Hey. It's Jack. Morning. Morning.
Inspectors. Mr. Amazawa, is that correct? The people making the product needed to be the inspectors, not separate.
I think you don't believe 99.999% of outsourcing parts are no inspection in Toyota. Receiving inspection, no receiving inspection.
99.999% of parts received by Toyota are not inspected.
Because we trust
they
supplier
trust the
already.
supplier.
Supplier make a lot of kind
They trust the supplier. Remember we said trust equals survival. Why do they do what they do? Precision equals quality, quality equals trust, trust equals survival.
So if receiving inspection is only done for the US parts or
Mifune is a stamping company that builds parts for only Toyota. The president, Mr. Umemura, was giving us a tour of his company. Several things that stuck out to me is he told us to remember that the people working in the office, all of management, to remember that we are working and supporting the shop floor team members. The shop floor team members are the ones that are actually doing any value-added work. They are producing the things that will give you money in return, the things that you can sell, and to not forget that. So he spent 7 hours a day on the shop floor with his employees, trying to help them do things better. This next part here is a exchange of dies for his machines. What used to take 4 hours, what would typically take 4 hours here in the United States, I would say, they've reduced it down to about 5 minutes exchanging these heavy dies. They're about 1,000 pounds a piece. And just watch this. They got those hydraulic clampings and they've built everything around the machine to make it super fast. It's amazing. What used to take 4 hours now takes less than 5 minutes. For every million parts that they build in this factory, 1.2 of them are defects that go out. 1.2 defects per million parts. That is amazing, and that is the Japan way. And you know what they say? They say that's not good enough. That's how they always continue to improve. Good is not good enough. And so they're trying to reduce it down. Their goal is 0 defect parts per million. When the first part comes off the line after the die change, they go through a rigorous quality check. He looks at the specs, what the checks should be and what they should measure, and then he writes down the actual measurements to see if it's within tolerance. So you can see he's using a dial caliper right here, and then he takes the part and clamps it into a jig to see if all the bend angles are correct and all the spacing is correct. So he'll use a feeler and see if those feelers, if he can put those little pieces in between everywhere to make sure that the gaps are perfect and the bend angles are right where they need to be. That was amazing how small the tolerances are that they're working with. So how to properly eat sushi. Sushi is raw fish with some rice. You take it with your fingers and then you dip it into the sauce of your choice. And then in one big bite, you put it upside down onto your tongue, like so. This is a little training center called a dojo. So before a Toyota or a Lexus employee can work on the plant floor, they first have to go through some training to see in how many seconds they can do these little objects. So we had less than 10 seconds per puzzle that we had to learn to do, and over time you get really good at it so that you can be efficient and eliminate waste.